All right, so I headed back to the Rubicon a little bit later in October to run the Rubicon with my buddy Vas and his four-wheel drive adventure crew. We went in through Loon and we came out the Wentworth loop. It was the windiest I'd ever seen it at Loon Lake, and it was also one of the best days ever because the weather was nice and cool and not super hot, but no snow and no rain. Stay tuned and go wheel. We are rolling up to Ice House Road. You can see that we're going to make a hard left right here. Loon Lake is 7 miles to our left. We are going to stay on Ice House and go up towards Airport Flat. Right here, we're going to go straight to Airport, but to the right is Loon Lake. And it's really easy to miss this in the dark. It's even easy to miss it during the day. I wanted to put this map here to show folks that you got to kind of stay to your right to stay on Ice House, and if you go straight, you are going to Wentworth Springs Airport Flat area. We tried to camp at Airport Flat last night, but it's closed for the season due to work, and then there was really no camping in that area. We ended up going back down Ice House and camping on Ice House. All right, here we are driving across the second dam going into Loon. Once again, just crazy windy. It's hard to tell in the video, I guess, and I didn't really get great audio of it, but it's insane. It kind of messed up our audio for the day, and we couldn't fly any drones for the day. But yeah, here we are just kind of airing down and admiring this broken down rig that we saw right at the trailhead. You can see everyone here getting ready, doing their sway bar disconnects, airing down. And here we are just hitting the trail. This is like the first granite slab right at the trailhead, and it really starts off strong. I freaking love it. And we're getting ready to drop down that first slab right here and head towards the gatekeeper. My JL is about 100 to 1 in low range with the 4 to 1 and the 488s and like almost 5 to 1 first gear. So it's actually geared lower than my main rock crawler. And I've really grown to love the much lower crawl ratio. It's really nice and kind of makes the day a little more peaceful when you can just kind of like leave it in first gear and creep instead of just flying down stuff. I'm about to hit Gatekeeper right here, and you can see one of the four-wheel drive adventure crew guys right there on the right. It's pretty sweet because they have like a whole camera crew. They have tons of guys taking video all day, so they get all kinds of awesome shots. I am used to just me by myself using my iPhone on my dash, and then I usually hook up a GoPro, maybe 2, to my body panels or fenders. And then maybe if I'm lucky, I could fly a drone. And then if I'm even luckier, I'll have some friends shoot video with their phones and send it to me later. And that's kind of how I make videos. So it's pretty sweet seeing how they do things. And here we are in Gatekeeper, and I was pretty worried that the JL was going to get like hung up and belly out. But 2 weeks ago, we walked right through it going the other direction. So, I mean, it did great. Super impressed with this rig. I hate to say it, but even though the XJ is on tons and 40s, I think I like so far wheeling the JL more. The only, I guess, downside with the JL is that it's so pretty and shiny still. There's very few dents in it compared to the XJ, which is dented up pretty much all over and has very few windows and no roof. This thing's just really nice to be inside, and it has working air conditioning and working heat. So on a windy day, you can put the windows down, have like a heated seat on, and just relax and crawl in first gear low. And I don't know, it's a much different experience than I'm used to. I also really want to get some videos now that the crawler's kind of back together. We did just put an ARB in the rear 14 bolt of the crawler recently, and I'll probably be taking that out a lot more next year. But I think as far as comfort, I prefer the JL. And here we are just kind of breezing through Gatekeeper. So right after Gatekeeper, there's this little flat section, and then you climb this little hill, go through a little S-turn, and then you drop down a pretty steep drop into the top of the slabs, and you come to this like amazing view, and you can see those bushes going nuts, man. It was super windy. Like I said, my audio's really terrible for the day. I have to do a lot of voiceover on this video. We all kind of stopped and parked and hung out up here for a few minutes, and then my buddy Ken from RTF actually came cruising on by. We let him pass us with his buddy Jack, and I think one more friend. I don't remember catching his name, but they were heading over to the RTF property, and we were just kind of doing the Wentworth loop for the day. I still kind of can't believe that the migraines are good enough, at least, to where I can get out and wheel more, not just do like super easy trails. And here we are following Ken's buddy Jack. This is the little S-turn as you're dropping down the slabs in the beginning. Some pretty cool footage. I've never placed the GoPro on the backside of the Jeep, so I don't know. Post up in the comments if you think having the GoPro facing backwards is cool with rigs behind us. And then, yeah, there's Ken and his buddy Jack, I think, in front of us. And then, yeah, here we are heading back up the slabs, heading towards like one of the first kind of little climbs. And we're going to slowly make our way to Whalebones for the day. Look, we got 9 rigs with us. Look at that tree going. It's freaking nuts, man. It was so nice with the wind, though. I run too hot naturally, so I love having the wind to cool me down. Our buddy Jack here, Ken's buddy Jack, we ended up having to spot him a little bit. He was so close, but he had to hit that line a couple times before he got it. JL just kind of walked right up it. I was super pumped. So the trail's a little wet today, so it's making some obstacles harder. It's mostly dry, but there are some mud holes and water holes that are making some of the climbs just a little bit slicker as your tires get wet. So some of us are having to dry off our tires as we're climbing, and some of us are climbing right up. But it's been super fun. The winds are crazy. I've never seen the waves that I've seen in Loon Lake today. Loon Lake looks like the ocean right now. Crazy white waves, like massive waves hitting the dams, and then like going over the dams, you could feel the wind trying to blow the freaking Wrangler over. Tons of fun today, though. Like, good time to get out and wheel. We're just doing the Wentworth loop today. We are approaching Whalebones right here, which is like a nice little steep climb. It gets a little bit off camber, and it's known as Whalebones because back in the day in the snow there was a tree falling over and had all the branches sticking out, and it looked like a whale carcass. And that's the story I've heard. Tell me if you've heard different. What's up? How you doing?
Excellent, man. Having a great time.
Hell yeah, you having fun today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
Yeah. I gotta get more video. I've just had the dash cam and the side mount GoPro going like nothing else. I hate going down this more than I hate going up this. Going down this is way sketchier, I feel like.
Yeah, I did it too.
But going up it still kind of sucks just to get lined up. But I like seeing that 4Runner out, dude. That's cool.
Great to see.
So that obviously that one in the middle of the freaking road, dude. Didn't get much footage of my buddy Vas, but here's some footage of him behind me on our way through some rock gardens on our way to Ellis Creek. Yeah, just having some fun making our way to our lunch spot. All right, so we got up Whalebones. We got the crew here. We are heading through one of the last kind of rock gardens before we hit the inner tie. I haven't done this before, but I stuck the GoPro on the front of the bumper so you don't see any rig. I thought it looked kind of neat. Post up in the comment below if you think it is not a good point of view. I actually have a tie rod mount I want to try out one of these days as well to see if I can get like up close with the rocks, but I'm just kind of having some fun here playing with like different camera placement. Yeah, I mean, it's always kind of fun to try something new. Maybe it doesn't work out, but yeah, post up if you've had good luck with something like this. It's kind of weird having no rigs in front of you. It looks like you're kind of flying through the trail, and I did speed up the speed on the footage. Not that windy. Ooh, there we go. There's Ellis. So we're just getting to Ellis Creek. Oh, there's people. There's a bunch of people camped at the Ellis Creek camp spot.
Let's pull forward towards the bathroom and see what we can do. Maybe pull off to the side and just stand there for a minute. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured at this point. Looks like.
A camp spot on the right or no? Pull in here, John. It'll be enough for our group to kind of sit and chill a bit for a minute.
Yeah, that works for me. I'll let you guys all go in. Stopped at Ellis for lunch. Got a pastrami sandwich that I made yesterday. Some Thousand Island and lettuce to put on it. I'm just gonna go see if I can heat this up on someone's grill. Buddy Ian popped off a lower shock mount. There are going to be some spots when you're going through the Wentworth loop where it's like hard to find the trail, so don't be afraid to get out and walk. We had just ran it 2 weeks before in the other direction, so I actually remembered exactly where to go because we just ran it, but 2 weeks before we were out walking a lot of this. This is a cool little V-notch drop thing right here that you are going to want to back up and maybe do like a 2 or 3 point turn to line up for. Doesn't look so bad in the video, but it's a pretty steep drop and it's a nice little V-notch, and if you took it too far driver or passenger and then had a tire fall in the hole, I could see someone side flopping possibly there pretty easily. So, just kind of keep your eyes open, watch out for stuff like that. Spot right here, you could actually see the Loon Dam from the Wentworth loop. I just thought that was really neat. Hey, look, there's like a rig driving across. Pretty sweet, man. I think because the Wentworth loop doesn't get traveled as much, there are some tight brush areas where you're going to get pinstriping. Just be aware of that, I guess. It doesn't bother me one bit. Loop. We're going down that way. You'll be coming up this way, and you'll keep going that way if you want to bypass post pile. But you can already see, I guess the video doesn't do it justice, but that's like a 4 or 5 foot ledge right there. Massive rock. We're obviously bypassing that today with our rigs. And then post pile, you can continue through some tougher stuff if you want to go this way as well. This is optional, and there's some more fun stuff down this way. Some more big rocks, good times. And yeah, we're not gonna run that, but so Vas Vas went down post pile. It's definitely easier going down than up. There's some big rocks to get up. Basically, we're bypassing the rest of the optional stuff on the Wentworth loop. We did hit a little bit of traffic on the Wentworth loop right here, but it wasn't bad, and usually the Wentworth loop is like empty. So the day is almost over, and here I am saying goodbye to Vas and Mark. What a fun day, what a great day run, what a great one-night trip. From here on out, we're at Wentworth Springs, so it's like two-wheel drive, maybe 20 minutes to pavement, and we're just kind of all talking and shooting the shit right here. We're all parked behind my rig. Yeah, just kind of heading out. I think this is this Gurley Creek? I'll have to check the map again. I think that's Gurley Creek. And yeah, here we are on pavement after airing up and just kind of cruising. I could do a lot more day trips into the Rubicon like this. I mean, I'm heading home at 3. It's amazing. Went up last night, later in the day. So the JL did amazing. Like, I'm super pumped. I mean, it's the same thing we ran 2 weeks ago, just the opposite direction, but going the opposite direction is like a whole new trail, you know, going backwards. You just hit obstacles, you know, obstacles that you were dropping in before, now you're climbing, obstacles that you were climbing, now you're dropping in. You're hitting rock gardens backwards, you know, which it is what it is kind of thing. Super fun. Only had to remove one tree on the trail. Yeah, definitely a good time. Thanks for following along this week. If you can, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Watch our other videos on the channel. We have more stuff coming out. This will be the second Rubicon video in the last month. Got to finish editing the other one.